Let's go across to we have a special guest joining us on the broadcast right now. Let me introduce right now Reverend Dr. Johnson Tekkadayil, who's the chairman of Ecclesia United Forum and the Evangelical Church of India. Good morning, Reverend Johnson. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you, sir.
Great, great. So Reverend, most people, and I'm talking about the majority of people across India, including many Muslim groups, are welcoming this ban on the PFI. I'd like to get your response because this PFI has also lately been targeting the Christian community, Christians. And we heard from where you're joining us, Reverend, there was a video clip of a child chanting hate slogans against both Hindus and Christians. This is not about Hindus or Christians, but it's about a group that was spreading hate across India. Do you think the ban has come at the right time?
Yes, surely. It had to be done a little early because from the first, its origin itself, we have been talking to the government that it has to be banned because the ideology of PFI is not right rhymes with our Indian constitution. So my request to the government, while somebody comes for a registration, why can't you scrutinize them whether these people will be joining in hands with our national building or make a havoc in our society? So it is a fault of the government to give the registration without making enough verifications and scrutiny. So we need to have a thorough check for what purpose they are remaining and prevailing. These things has to be really checked and find out.
Now, Reverend Johnson, you have a point. You speak about how we should be wary about such groups, how they take shape, where they get their funding from, for how long they've been operating. We could have perhaps stopped it many years ago. But what often happens is that they somehow have links to politicians. I don't want to get you drawn into any political fight, but do you believe different groups have gone soft on groups like the PFI, or different parties have gone soft on the PFI? Do you think it's time to leave all of that aside and work for national unity and to ensure such groups don't spread hate?
Surely. Once we are spreading the hate among our society, what gain will you have? We will be destroying our nationalism. And also, in especially Kerala and other parts of our nation, as far as my concern, we all are live in harmony. Though there are sort of disturbances in certain areas, the rest of the places we are living in a peaceful manner, and we have to maintain that peace in our nation. And if there is any differentiations, we have to have a debate on that subject rather than building up there is own kingdoms or there is own ideologies and making havoc in our society. It cannot solve any kinds of problems of our society.
Yeah, and Reverend Dr. Johnson, where you are joining us live from, you're in Kerala, there have been so many incidents of attacks, violence, right? And incidents that have been reported. For example, yesterday we were talking about how this group, this now banned group PFI, held a hartal, destroyed public property, created complete nuisance mayhem on the 23rd of September. Why don't you tell our viewers what you have witnessed, what you have seen firsthand about this group?
See, in our place, it was not making any problems because everybody by fear or by force uphold this hartal, and there were no disturbances in our society because nobody traveled, nobody went for a job, everybody remained in their own houses. But in certain areas, what we have observed, these people, they created sort of problems, and people could not go out and do their work. And many of our buses, especially the public transportations, were destroyed by these kinds of people, and we had to go through a lot of financial crisis too. See, many of our people these days, they are going through financial crisis in our nation. Altogether, we have financial crisis, and along with these kinds of hartal makes more difficulties, and people's life will be in tragedy if you are continuing it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Johnson, for joining us live.